Today is more than a hunt. It's wildlife management, crop defense, and science in action. Every shot fired, every trail followed, every decision made in the thicket has meaning far beyond the thrill of the chase. Because to understand why, you first need to know the enemy we're up against: the wild boar. Male wild boars, often called boars, are typically solitary outside mating season. These hulking beasts roam the forests alone, tusks like sharpened scythes, each scar on their thick hide a story of dominance, and their tusks aren't just weapons, they're symbols of power. The longer and sharper the tusks, the more respected and feared the boar becomes among its kind. But respect doesn't stop them from fighting, and boar battles are legendary, often leaving both animals scarred, limping, and more dangerous than before. On the other hand, females known as sows are the true architects of chaos. Unlike the solitary boars, sows form social groups called sounders, matriarchal units of mothers, aunts, and their piglets. Don't be fooled by the squeals of the young, because a sounder moving across farmland is an unstoppable wave of destruction, rooting, digging, and overturning everything in their path, leaving craters in soil, devouring crops, and ripping apart irrigation systems. Farmers don't see them as animals. They see them as living bulldozers. And here's the terrifying reality. Sows mature fast, reaching sexual maturity as early as 6 to 8 months old, weighing just 27 to 33 kilograms. And from that moment forward, the population clock starts ticking. A single sow can breed year-round, with activity peaking between winter and spring. And after a gestation of about 115 days, she delivers 4 to 6 piglets per litter on average. But under prime food conditions, that number can skyrocket to 10 or even 12, with 2 litters per year, making wild hogs one of the fastest reproducing invasive mammals on Earth. The consequences are staggering. Wild hogs cause billions of dollars in damage annually, and in the United States alone, the figure exceeds $2.5 billion every year. Texas farmers lose more than $82 million worth of corn to feral hog destruction annually. Georgia bleeds $37 million from peanut farms. Alabama loses $18 million in wheat and soy, and that's just the crops on paper. Because the hidden costs are worse: broken irrigation lines, destroyed fences, ravaged ecosystems, loss of topsoil, and displaced native species that can't compete with the hog's relentless appetite. The wild boar is not just an animal. It is a living ecological wrecking ball, And this is why today's hunt isn't about trophies or bragging rights. It's about survival, about protecting families, farmers, and food supplies. The USDA APHIS National Feral Swine Damage Management Program knows this better than anyone, working with local, state, and tribal partners to build a multi-layered defense against the spread of feral hogs, using techniques like coordinated culling, corral trapping, ground-based hunting, and even aerial surveys with helicopters and drones. Hunters like us are their boots on the ground, and every hog we take down is one less mouth tearing through farmland, one less breeder adding to the crisis. But don't think for a second that the hunt is easy. Boars are some of the toughest adversaries in the animal kingdom, thick-skinned, muscled like tanks, and armed with tusks that can tear through flesh in seconds. They charge with unbelievable speed, hitting over 25 miles per hour in a sprint. And stopping that kind of force requires both precision and courage. Their stamina makes them tireless fighters, and a cornered boar will fight to the last breath. Ask any seasoned hunter, and they'll tell you, never underestimate a boar. Sows, however, are a different kind of threat. Protective of their piglets, they fight not for dominance, but for survival. And a sow under pressure will charge with reckless abandon, unlike the boar, who fights with predictable aggression. Her movements are erratic, her rage explosive, and her determination unmatched, which is why strategy matters. Our approach changes based on what we're facing. When dealing with boars, we isolate and neutralize the dominant males, preventing them from breeding and spreading their genetics, slowing the spread of aggressive bloodlines. But when targeting sounders, the mission becomes surgical, focusing on sows of breeding age, knowing that eliminating even a single matriarch today could prevent dozens, if not hundreds, of piglets in the coming years. This is conservation through control, and while it may sound harsh, it's the only way to protect both farmland and native ecosystems from collapse. The stakes couldn't be higher. A single sow can add 8 to 12 new hogs every year, and if nothing is done, within just 5 years, one sow's lineage could expand into hundreds.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.